Investing from 2,000 miles away, basically buying a rental property, having other people do the work, and making money every single month is something I love doing, and I want to show you how I actually do this. Hey guys, Dustin Heiner here with Master Passive Income, and I want to show you how to quit that JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate rental properties so you never, ever have to work a job again. And this would be properties that are thousands of miles away from you. Now, when I started investing, it was back in 2006. This was before the crash of 2009. And I was buying properties, and I was living in California, though. In California, you could not buy a property that wouldn't actually make money in cash flow because it was so expensive and the rents were low. So what I had to do, I actually had to fly to another state. So I flew to Ohio of all places, and found properties and started buying properties there. And I learned very quickly that you have to do a lot in order to make sure that you're doing it right, that you're successful buying rental properties from thousands of miles away. So I lived in California and I was investing in Ohio. Since then, I got Texas and Arizona as well. I have my real estate wealth building students who are investing in all over the country, everything from Florida to Tennessee to Indianapolis, Indiana to New York, like all over the place. And there are ways to do this right, but there are so many ways to do this wrong. So what I want to share with you is how you can actually invest from thousands of miles away and get this and make it an automatic business. When I say automatic, I mean, I literally don't work. You may have heard of the book 4-Hour Work Week. Well, working 4 hours a week isn't bad. I mean, that's much better than 4D-hour work week. But I kid you not, I work literally 30 minutes, not a week, not every other week, but 30 minutes a month. And no joke, I am this serious that I literally only work 30 minutes a month because I created an automatic business, and every single property that I have, I make a minimum of $250 a month in passive income. $250 a month in passive income is the minimum. Some are even $400, $500, $600 a month in passive income. The first thing that you absolutely must do when you start investing in real estate is to build the business first. Let me quickly go through what it looks like to actually build the business. Number one, we find an area of the country to invest. Let's say it's Tennessee or Kansas or anywhere else, any other state that you're not living in from thousands of miles away. You find that state. Then you narrow down into a specific city that has a lot of properties. You don't want a city that has maybe 3 properties and maybe 300 people living there. That's going to be hard to find a tenant and find more properties. We want a good density of many, many properties there that we can buy and then have tenants rent. So as we're buying that property, we're realizing there's plenty of properties around that we can have tenants also to move in. Now, as you're doing that, you're now going to start finding and building the business, finding property managers, contractors, wholesalers, realtors, inspectors, plumbers, handymen, electricians, but basically anybody and everybody. You're going to build the business first before you even think about buying a property. I'll give you a little bit of insight into one of my one-on-one coaching. So one student of mine, he was looking in Florida. He found a nice looking house, really, really nice looking house, looks beautiful, Airbnb and all that sort of stuff. And he was going to buy it. He liked the property. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Do you have a property manager? Do you have a contractor? Do you have a realtor? Do you have handyman? Did you build the business first? And he said, no. I said, well, do not buy this property first. Build the business first. He built the business. The property stayed on the market for a while. And the reason why it stayed on the market for a while is because it was in a bad area. The property manager that he eventually found after he built the business drove by the property and said, I'm not going to manage this property. It's actually in a horrible, very, very bad neighborhood. And I don't even want to drive there. I'm like, wow. Isn't that great that you built the business first? If you would have bought that property, you would be so out of luck. You'd be screaming, man, I wish I'd never bought this property. Because I taught you how to invest by building the business first, you are now saved from getting this bad property. So you want to build the business first. And don't worry, I will absolutely help you out with this. I want to give you my real estate investing course absolutely for free, showing you exactly what I just told you, how I just did, how I taught my students. I will literally give it for free. Go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. Check in the description. The link will be there. I will literally give you my real estate investing course absolutely for free, helping you find an area of the country to invest, helping you build the business right, making $250 a month in passive income, making an automatic business, and being successful. So get that. As you are building the business first, the next thing that you need to do is hire the right people. The second thing is to hire the right people. If you do not hire the right people, they're literally going to be bad for your business. And you're going to be, and think about this. It'd be like hiring a bad employee, maybe one that's stealing from you, maybe one that literally doesn't work. They don't show up on time. They literally leave early, whatever it might be. You have a business and that employee is a horrible employee. You actually have to fire them. Same thing in this business. When I first got started, I literally hired the first property manager. And the first property manager I ever met, I didn't talk to any other ones. It was just the one because I didn't know what I was doing. Now I teach all my students how to actually hire the right property manager. We interview lots and lots of property managers. We do it right, so we make sure we have the right property manager. My first property manager, after 6 months of working for me, I started getting bogus charges from her, like $1,000 for a new water line coming in when it literally wasn't done. Many other things, I'm not going to get into it, but I had to fire her quick and actually get to another property manager. So you want to hire the right people. Now, I'll give you some pro tips on exactly how to hire the right people. Number one, you want to interview many property managers, many realtors, many contractors, handymen. You want to call a bunch of people. You want to make sure you're interviewing them well and making sure you're not just hiring the first person that you talk to. That's number one. Another thing is when you're talking to them, make sure that you can actually feel like you have good communication with that person. The last thing you want is somebody who cannot call you back. I'm going to give you another tip, another huge pro tip I had to learn the hard way. You hire slowly, but you fire fast. I'll say it again. Hire slow, fire fast. So you take your time when you're hiring the right person. You don't just hire the first person you meet. You don't talk to them one time. You talk to them many times. You talk to many other people. When you fire somebody, when you need to get, like my property manager, I needed to get rid of her. I fired her as quickly as I could because as soon as I realized, oh my goodness, there's something wrong, I literally fired her right then and there and got my backup person working in my business right away. So you want to hire slow and fire fast. The third thing that you need to do when you're investing from thousands of miles away, making an automatic business, is have others do the work for you. What you're going to find is that you're hiring people, and as you're hiring them, you need to rely on them to actually do the work and deploy them to do the work. If you're investing in your same city where you actually live, then you might be tempted to do the work yourself and go to the house in the middle of the night and fix a leaky toilet or something like that. No, you want to hire other people. So you get other people to do the work for you. That's how my business is automatic. I have realtors looking for properties for me, sending me emails. Hey, what do you think about this property? And I just drinking my coffee in the morning and look at the property, see if I want it. I have wholesalers sending me deals. I have other investors. I have property managers. I have deals all the time coming to me because they know I'm an investor, because they know I buy properties. So you want to hire the right people and have them do the work in the business. Now, the fourth thing that you absolutely must do in all this entire process is to, and here's a pro tip, I actually had to learn the hard way. So learn from my mistakes. What you want to do is you want to utilize every single person in the business to check on everybody else. Obviously, your property manager is your quarterback. You've heard me say that many times. Your property manager is your number one person in your business. But what you want to do is have everybody check on everybody. Have your realtor check on the plumber. Like, hey, realtor, you're going by the house. Can you just double check, make sure that toilet is, he said he was going to replace the toilet. Make sure it flushes, make sure it looks good. Can you just do that for me? Remember, this is a huge pro tip. I literally just teach this to my coaching students, but I'm giving this to you now. You can have other people check on other things. I'll give you an example. I had a sliding glass door replaced in one of my properties in Houston. And the sliding glass door was replaced. I see pictures, but I have no clue. I can't open it myself. I literally had an electrician going and changing some outlets and stuff like that. I said, hey, would you please go over to the sliding glass door, just open it up once or twice and just take a look at it, see if you notice any gaps or you have any, thoughts on it. And he said, sure. It literally took him like 30 seconds to go over there, open the door a couple times, and then send me a quick text, hey, everything looks great. I'm like, perfect. Thank you so much. That is fantastic. Now, the fifth thing that you must do, and this is a big deal. Like, if you get anything out of this, this is a very, very big deal. You need to run your business as a business. Your business to set up these business processes. These business processes are going to help you to, number one, not discriminate against anybody, because if you treat everybody the same, I don't care what color, what this, that, or the other, you treat everybody the same, I'm not discriminating against anybody. If you pay your rent, I keep you in there. You don't pay your rent, you get out. It doesn't matter to me who or what you are. We make sure that we're actually paying the rent. And so we're not discriminating. That's number one. Number two, it helps us to make sure that we're doing the right decisions for our business. I have 30 plus properties that make me a minimum of $250 a month in passive income. That's the minimum. I have a lot that make me a lot more, but this is how I feed my family. Rent is due on the 1st. It is late after the 3rd. You get a late fee after that. Then on the 4th, I literally pin or have my property manager pin a 3-day notice on the door so that they can see it. In 3 days, we're going to start the eviction process, just like a mortgage company would start the foreclosure process. So 3 days later, I literally have my property manager start the eviction process because I'm making sure that I'm treating everybody the same, but also I need to feed my family. And here's another great thing. If you do this, you're going to be training your tenants to pay on time, to pay the full amount, to not have to worry about late fees, not have to worry about it being evicted, all these sort of things. So if you run your business as a business, this is just one of many different things that you need to do to run your business as a business. Also, if you got anything out of this, I would love it if you smash that like button and actually hit that subscribe and that notification bell so I can continually give you, because I'm putting out so much great real estate investing information that I'm literally teaching to my students. And watch this video right here. I'll see you guys in the next one.